All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everyone. It's time now for the Real Talk with the RNDiva. And I'm Pastor Robert. We're glad that you're here with us. RNDiva, what's going on in your world, in your life, in your place, in your space?
Out here trying to avoid these storms.
What storms? What storms? What storms?
The storms, the rain that we keep getting every day.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, it's some good sleeping weather. I tell you that.
If I could get to sleep. I got too much going on.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I know what you mean. Those of you that are here on Rumble, YouTube, please be sure to share this right now. Give us some ups and likes and all that kind of good stuff. Those on Facebook, share it. Give us some stars. Give us some hearts. Share it about 2 or 3 different people so we can go let them know Real Talk is on. It's going to be the next hour. It's going to be fun. And well, not all fun because we got some serious.
Not all fun. We got some sadness to report.
Yeah, we got some sadness to report. So we're going to go to the first thing. I've had a pretty good week. I've had a very busy week.
Yeah. Yeah, you have been really running this week.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You have.
Yes, I have. You know, that's good. That's good. Because, you know, they say, you know what the Bible say? The Bible don't really say that. Out of mind is the devil's workshop. Praise the Lord. You know,
and they ain't even in the Bible. So
even the Bible. That's all right. We're gonna anyway, we're gonna let's see what's going on in the world here. I think we want to go ahead and talk about, because I was a little freaked out the other day.
Why?
I was freaked out, huh?
Why?
Because you were telling me about something called COVID is back.
What did I tell you? COVID ain't never leave.
Yep.
COVID was here before we went into the pandemic, and COVID has never left. And COVID has been morphing into another. It just keeps morphing into another type. They name it something different. They name it this, and they name it goes from one variant to the other. They go alpha, beta, all the different, letters, and then they break it down even more. So now they're doubling the letters. So
really,
that's to let you know where we are in the process. It continue and it's morphing and it's changing because people don't take any precautions. So now it's becoming resistant to any type of treatment to knock down symptoms. So now it becomes stronger. Now the one that we were looking at yesterday, basically, if you were to put the one that's out now called the XBB, it's a Delta variant, and it's called XBB. I don't know where the letters come from. I think after a while, it's like naming a hurricane. You just keep going down the line. But if you were to look under the microscope at this variant and the variant that shut us down in the pandemic, they would look nothing alike. Really? Because it changes as it's able to become resistant because of lack of treatment, lack of people following precautions. It's going to change. And that's what it's done. And here we are, it is a Delta variant, an Omicron Delta variant, and they got it labeled XBB. I don't even know what comes first. I don't know if it's XBB or Omicron or Delta. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, so what makes this one so different from the others?
What makes this one so different is when everybody was getting sick before, it was cough and fever and body aches and like you have the flu, like a real bad case of the flu. Well, it's not presenting that way now. It's not. And the reason it's not is because it has now morphed into something else. So now there is no cough. There is no fever.
Oh, really?
And the nasal test that everybody got sent by Biden, and we've been digging all up in our noses for all these years, trying to test. Mm-hmm. They've been coming back with false negatives. So basically they're no good. They're no good for this variant. It does not detect or does detect. It doesn't do either. It doesn't read what's being presented now. What is that? That is the variant. That is the variant that is now morphed into a resistant variant. And it's all of our fault. No washing hands, no, social distancing. No, because don't tell people what to do. Don't tell me what to do. And now look where we are.
Okay, but wait now. With the social distancing, now it was stated by the CDC that when after everything calmed down and everything, that there was no science behind the 6 foot social distancing. They just kind of, for lack of a better word, made it up.
Okay, so let me elaborate on that really quick.
Please.
When you have the majority of the world or the United States that are not scientists, we got to give you something to go by. Okay, we need something tangible. That's what we are as Americans. We are materialistic, and we need something tangible. Like, we need to be able to touch it, and relate to it. So if I give you a number, at least you can relate to, okay, if I get 6 feet apart from this person, I have a better chance of not being infected by them. That cannot be refuted. That is fact. The further you are away from someone, make it make sense, right?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Right. So, but you can't come at the American public telling them you do 6 feet, because it's not going to be received well. Because people don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be told what to do. Funny that I went to the military, but I don't like to be told what to do.
That is oxymoron, but go ahead.
Right. So if I give you something tangible to work with, if I say, put on a mask, it blocks, secretions in the spray from someone's mouth. If I tell you 6 feet will help you, because the further you are away, and it doesn't matter what you have, the further you are away from the infected person, the better you are, the better your chances are that you won't be infected with what they have.
Okay, I hear you.
I think they put the information out the wrong way. What they should have said was, okay, let's give you an example of what you should or can or should do. They should have started with that. But when you start wagging your finger and telling people what to do, then you're going to have pushback. And pushback leads into so many other things. Here we are, several variants later. Several. I can't even count.
Well, let me ask you this now. So the 6 feet social distancing, it does work. It's not necessarily safe proof, right? But it does work because you are putting distance. So we can agree on that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. What about the mask?
The mask work. The mask work because the mask is a barrier.
The CDC said the mask don't work.
Listen, you can't say, but you can't, and that's what I'm saying. They're putting out the wrong information. I don't even listen to the CDC anymore.
What? But but that's who's putting out all the guidelines. The NIH and the CDC.
Ask the scientists. Ask the nurses in the hospital that's on the front line. Ask them what they're wearing, because they're wearing masks.
Okay.
They're wearing gowns. They have PPE, personal protective equipment. Mm-hmm. We've been doing this all these years. All these years, it's been tested and proven with the way we have had our life. We worked through this. Nurses and doctors, EMTs, we work with masks on. We're telling you that it works. I don't know why the CDC done got somebody back with their hand up their back and making them a puppet. It's ridiculous. The science ain't gonna lie. The science is sciencing. You hear me? The science is sciencing. It's common sense. Put a mask on, because right now, my juicy mouth, I done sprayed all over my little camera. You understand me? But the fact, listen, it's my camera. But it's my camera.
It came through. I got it.
But it's my camera.
No, but it's my face. It came through the camera.
Whatever.
It came to the TV.
So my thing is, I really don't want to hear what the CDC is saying. Now, they were hard pressed and they were standing on their laurels when they were putting out the stuff initially, right? Now they're walking it back. So basically what I say is I don't trust nothing you say. If you can't stand in your truth when somebody's calling you out, then I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. The science is sciencing, and it's been sciencing for as long as I've been a nurse. And that's it.
Okay, so the masks do work because we have a large audience and a large range of people that watch this podcast. Follow you, follow me. I will say, as a black man and as a black preacher, okay, a lot of the black folks in the church, they still wear masks,
right?
Okay,
as they should. But let me explain why, and I'm gonna say as they should, because let me ask you, let me fire off some questions at you. The majority of the people in your congregation, are they older?
Yes.
Are they African American?
Yes.
Okay, that right there, that's ding and ding, because African Americans and the elderly population, that's 2 dings against you. Now you have knocked down 2 defenses for the average person, because as African Americans, we have comorbidities, and I've said this many times. I said this when I was going live on Facebook: high blood pressure, diabetes, coronary artery disease, all these autoimmune diseases, sickle cell, lupus, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, all this stuff that African Americans are more privy to have than absolutely, it's gonna go knock down your defenses. You just got knocked down a notch. You're African American. Now you're elderly. Let's go down another, maybe 1 or 2. Okay, because now your body doesn't react the way it used to. You don't fight off germs and bacteria the way you used to. You understand? So when you speak to the people in your congregation, absolutely encourage them to wear masks. Absolutely. Because go ahead.
I can tell you as a fact, at Greater Hope, Dr. W.J. Haynes, he don't play. And he has it when we walk in the door, temperature check, mask. We got
keep doing it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he gets up, he gets up and tell the church, listen, I don't know what you got, you don't know what I got. And
okay. That's it. And that's it then. And there it is then. That right there is it. That's it in a nutshell. The hell with the CDC. I don't know what you got, and you don't know what I got. You know what I'm saying?
Doc lay it out.
It's sickened.
Yeah, Doc lays it out. He don't force nobody, but he's even in the program. And I know sometimes people get a little lax, and nobody's going around there. But now that I see that it's coming back, and the variants are coming back,
right?
And everything, I'm like, Lord have mercy. We go,
Can I get you to stop saying that?
Saying what?
That it's coming back. He ain't went nowhere.
You know, he said that too. I'm about to get him on. I'm about to get Dr. Haynes on there. Yeah, he said that too. He said it never really left.
Never went anywhere. But I'm gonna tell you where the hush came from. Because people were losing their mind. They couldn't stay in the house. And how dare you tell me this? And why are you shutting this down? And our kids and that. No, first of all, you don't want nobody telling you what to do. Second of all, you were tired of being cooped up in the house with all them 3,000 kids that you set up and made, but you want us to babysit during the day at the school. Them 8 hours, I need them 8 hours. Them baby kids are sent off to school, but now I gotta sit home and I gotta read, and the reading ain't reading, and I can't read. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where all the pushback came from. Now you out here in the world, and it's gotten worse. Mm-hmm. Only thing is, people have stopped talking about it.
Okay, so yeah, they've stopped talking about it probably because we've adjusted to it, we've accepted it. It's going to be here. It's going to be around. So
Right.
but
Right.
with them not talking about it and us accepting it's going to be here, have we become too relaxed now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not even a matter of being relaxed. It's being defiant. You know good and well, if nothing else, if you know you're going to be in a place where there's several people together, space yourselves out. Why are you sitting up on me anyway, bruh? I don't know you like that, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you in my space, bruh? Remember, we used to have personal space back then. They said it was what, 3 inches? Baby, give me 6 feet plus them 3 inches. I'm gonna need all that. Let me get that up off you, because I don't like being sick.
Well, who does?
I don't like being sick, and I never got COVID.
What?
Not once.
Yeah.
I never got COVID. And people don't like to wash their hands. They don't like to wash it. Why is you, especially these little girls around here with these long nails, walking around with E. coli and C. diff all up under their nails? No, ma'am, and no, sir. But this whole thing is because it has been given a chance to get stronger and stronger. And that's our fault. That's the American public's fault. It ain't just the people reporting the stuff. It's the people that people don't care. They don't want you telling them what to do, and then they want you to tell them what to do. But there's symptoms. There are symptoms that you can look for. And honestly and truly, the biggest one: joint pain, upper back pain, neck pain. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm in trouble because you know how my back hurt and my neck. So we gonna check and make sure, you know what I'm saying, and watch my other neck pain, upper back pain, pneumonia, general loss of appetite. Well, then I ain't got no problem with that because I eat out of house or home.
Yeah, so, if I lose my appetite, y'all check.
Yeah, test. You call Thorn Mortuary. Listen, if I ever stop eating, baby, call Ann Thorn. Tell Ann Thorn I said.
Well, I got this from one of our senior saints there at the Hope. She sent this out on a group text. She got it from someone who reported it. It says a new COVID health advisory. So it says here everyone is advised to wear a mask because the new COVID Omicron XBB variant coronavirus is different, deadly, and not easily detected properly. Some of the symptoms are no cough, like you said, no fever. There'll be joint pain, headache, neck pain, upper back pain, pneumonia, general loss of appetite. You're right on it.
I'm trying to tell you.
RNDiva got it. Well, she got it. XBB is 5 times more toxic than Delta variant and has a higher mortality rate.
Stop right there. On everything I love, out of the 10 people that I have seen come across my screen, 7 of them are acute respiratory symptoms, respiratory failure in the ICU. Here we go again. But before, there was a line of defense. Now these people are so sick, that time we had in between to get them on the vent and try to get those IV antibiotics in them, they're not making it. They're not making it because this is so deadly, and it's 5 times. So that might be the variant. 5 times what it was. It's folks are just not making it to the point where we could do something as healthcare professionals about it. They're not making it. And that's sad because we should have had a line of defense. Our line of defense should have been, I'm going to continue to wear a mask. I still don't go a lot of places, do I?
Sure don't.
You know, and if I'm in somewhere, I'll have a mask but I'm spacing myself out. Listen. So go ahead.
Okay, it says It takes a shorter time for the condition to reach extreme severity, and sometimes there are no obvious symptoms. The strain of the virus is not found in the nasopharyngeal region.
Your nose.
Thank you.
And your throat.
Right, okay, thank you. And it directly affects the lungs, the windows, for a relatively short period of time. Nasal swab tests are generally negative for COVID Omicron XBB, and false negative cases of nose and throat tests are increasing. This means the virus can spread in the community and directly infect lungs, leading to viral pneumonia, which in turn causes acute respiratory stress, which is what you just said. XBB has become highly contagious, highly virulent, and lethal. Avoid crowded places, keep a distance of 1.5 meters, whatever that is, even in open spaces. Wear a double layer mask, wear a suitable mask, wash hands frequently, even when one and everyone is asymptomatic, no coughing or sneezing. All right. She sent that, her sent that in text Sunday.
Let's roll back to the basics real quick. When we were growing up and somebody had the flu, what did people say? There is no cure for a common cold, and there's no cure because the cold is a virus. There's no cure for the flu. That's a virus. Basically, what a flu is going to do is run its course.
Right.
What we do is we treat the symptoms: runny nose, fever, headache, body aches, joint pain. Just the symptoms are what we're treating. When we walk into Walgreens and we're walking up and down the aisles looking for something for the flu, when we look on the box, what are we looking for? The symptoms that you have. I got a headache, chest congestion, nasal congestion. All that is listed on the box because we know that the flu is a virus and there is no cure. We know that a cold is just a virus and it needs to run its course as well. There's no cure for the common cold. Right. That's all. And that is it. And that is all. When you walk into Walgreens, you're looking for something to treat your symptoms to make you feel better. Right. That is all. When we tell you to rest, it's because we're trying to give your body a chance to recuperate to fight off the virus. Mm-hmm. All this makes sense. It's common sense. But from back in the day, we knew there's no, we know, we've been taught there's no cure for the virus. Right. So when the people are getting all this vaccines and stuff like that, it's not to cure it. Right. It's to stop the spread.
Say that one more time.
It's the vaccines are not made to cure. It's not going to knock it out completely. It's impossible. Everything. How many people do you know have gotten chickenpox a couple times? My brother Xavier got it 3 times. Wow. As an adult. So you may have gotten vaccinations back in the day. It was to keep whatever is running rampant at that time. You know, we had to get chickenpox, measles, mumps, rubella. Yeah. So as time goes on, whatever is happening in the country, in your region, they're going to vaccinate. They're going to push that because we're trying to keep it from spreading. We're trying to keep it contained. But if people are not going to I've been running into so many people that have decided, they're just going to be a conspiracy theorist and everything that comes down. Well, they said not to do that. Okay, I understand they said not to do that, but you over here with your left ear hanging off and you looking crazy. You're looking straight crazy. What if they tell you not to get your ear stitched up? You gonna stand there looking stupid? Huh? That's what we're doing. Huh? Get some sense about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right. Read a book, honey.
No, we ain't gonna do that. They say, they ain't gonna do that. But I'm glad we're straightening some of this out because there is a lot of misinformation or misunderstandings with all of this as far as knowing what to do. Because again, the CDC has flipped up quite a bit. So if you follow the CDC, then the CDC change up, then you get confused.
You're like,
what's going on?
Right.
But I will say, for my African American or Caribbean descent brothers and sisters, Black brothers and sisters, especially those that's about 45 and above, They ain't been playing. They don't care what I don't care what the CDC say. they gonna have, like you say, some common sense.
Period. And that's how it should be. Get some make your own determination, gather your knowledge. And you know what? Not one person is better than the other. Go with the one where it makes sense, where the science is sciencing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Get some knowledge about yourself. Stop being led around like sheep. And that's what, well, why you get the vaccine? Because that's what I chose to do. And I'm not going to ask you why you didn't get it. Because guess what? I don't give zero. I'd be respecting the fact that you a pastor, bruh. Because I had an F-bomb in the chamber just now. I had an F-bomb in the chamber.
Well, thank God. Prayer changes things. But listen, what other information should, for our listeners and here on Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter, what other information should you let them know as those who will be seeing this going through this next season? And before you say that, I asked that question because I'm told by my sources, I got 2 sources, you may know this, that they're going to start asking the TSA and government employees to start back to wearing the PPE and all that kind of stuff. And then possibly coming into the fall, into the winter, it will be maybe back into a masking, lockdown type situation. If it gets worse.
You ready?
Yeah, right.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
You built up immunity from it?
There's too many people that are doing whatever they want to do, that they refuse to do anything. I understand if you don't do exactly what is being said, but not to do anything. You're not going to social distance. You're not going to wear a mask. You're not going to be vaccinated. You're not going to wash your hands, you nasty self. You remember when sanitizer, folks was buying the sanitizer and folks couldn't get now you don't want no sanitizer no more. So that's the reason why it's going to get worse. And if things shut down again, I know who it's not behind. It ain't behind me. I did me. I stayed my butt home. I'm not up in people's clubs and this, that, and the other. If you get me in a restaurant, it's random and quick. Let me get that to go, please.
Tomorrow morning. But listen.
Period.
But watch this. Now, one other thing too, I had a question for it. It slipped my mind, but I think we need to. I'm glad that we're having this conversation. Put your comments down below. Those of you who are watching on Spotify, listening to comments on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter and Rumble, because I really want your input, your opinion. Maybe you differ. Your opinion differs from the RNDiva. That's fine. This is a free country still, I think. But put your comments down below, because if you do have some comments, we'll go back through the comments and when this re-airs, and we will answer that to you. Now, RNDiva, before we take the break, if they do want to just kind of chat with you or want to maybe even, not so much debate, but just kind of get a little more information from you, you don't give medical advice, but if they want to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you?
I can be reached at the RNDiva@gmail.com. I feel free to shoot me any type of question or something you just want to bounce off me. I'm here for that. I'm all for an educated banter. I don't give medical advice. Here's that disclaimer. I don't give medical advice, but I will opine. I will give you my opinion.
Right. All right. You see the email address down at the bottom of the screen, and really share this with some people that you know. Share this with some knuckleheads that want to do kind of what they think, or they think they know it all. We don't all know it all, but at the same time, you need to listen and get information instead of just following what you just hear from somebody.
Stop being sheep. Stop being herded. Stop being sheep. Think for yourself.
Full disclosure, every time I see something about something having anything to do with health and safety, I send it to the R&D. Wait, my dengue fever What's the other one?
That leprosy took me out. I'm telling you right now. We're going to have to tell that story at some point. That leprosy took me out. Do you understand me?
Go ahead, tell it out. Well, see, what happened was I read something where it said that leprosy is coming back and it's here in Florida. And as soon as I saw that, I don't know if it was late at night, early. I don't know. I was in bed. All I know is shut.
And you went straight to the Bible and think about leprosy from the Bible.
I went to the Bible. I said, "This is the Bible."
I was like, leprosy is a skin condition. Like, we got stuff to fix that now. Like, only reason they telling you is for you to be on the lookout if you starting to break out with something. But we got stuff for that now. Listen, he had done brought the Bible out. He was ready to get a sermon going. I'm like, oh my God.
Listen, I preached about the 10 lepers and how Jesus healed them as they went away, and only one came back to say thank you. I was that one, child.
I was like, oh Lord Jesus. Well, listen, never mind.
Hey, Jesus. And then the dengue fever. That's it. That's here in Florida now. That's coming back. Dengue. I'm sorry.
Dengue.
Like dengue, but dengue.
You got a lot of people that are going to all these different exotic places, all these different countries, and they're coming back. And I'm gonna tell you what really sets it apart. People are lying about their symptoms. Oh no, I'm good. When you know you over there pooping blood and your nose running and your head is pounding, tell the truth. Because now you done started a whole goddamn on epidemic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the RNDiva. We're going to take a break right now and hear from her and one of our sponsors. Go ahead and take it away, RNDiva.
Oh, one of our favorite sponsors is My Patriot Supply. Listen, are you ready? I've asked you this before. If you're not ready, I can tell you how to get ready in the case of a natural disaster, hurricane, tornado. Look at the fires over in Hawaii. Out of the blue, no one knew they were coming. But if you're planning and you have an area where you can store things, meals ready to eat, all these different types of packaged foods, then you got to go on the My Patriot Supply website. You must. These are the most amazing, nutrient-filled, good tasting, well-packaged products that you can stash away in case of an emergency. You never know when, now we know when a hurricane's coming. You know, we especially us Floridians, but a tornado pops right up. A fire, wildfires break out this time of year. So get yourself ready. Get yourself to the point where, okay, I'm set. Not only do I have a whole bunch of water, but I also have food ready for my family. The food is delicious. It's sustainably packaged, and you can't go wrong. Look below and use our link at squaredaway.life to get discounts, and it will help go back to our podcasts. So, My Patriot Supply. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
We're so glad for the RNDiva giving us that good information. She knows what you're talking about, y'all. So go to squaredaway.life by My Patriot Supply. Now, let's go to our second story of the night. This is a sad story, and I'm really been catching up with it this week. I got it here at People Magazine. This is from some time ago. Sex offender charged with murder weeks after a missing Iowa girl, 10 years old, was found dead. Her name was Breasia Terrell, who went missing back in July 2020, so about 3 years ago. And sad, very sad story. I'm going to read some of this on here, and then we'll let the diva go ahead and opine on this. Here it is, here, the courtesy of People Magazine.
So pretty.
Oh, she's such a...
Look how pretty she is. She was so lively. She was on TikTok dancing. Oh, my gosh.
And look what happened here. A registered sex offender is charged with murder in connection with the 2020 death of 10-year-old Breasia Terrell, whose remains were found back in March 2021. Henry Earl Dinkins, 48, who had been a person of interest in the case since the little girl went missing in July 2020, was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Scott County Attorney Michael Walton announced at a press conference. Authorities will not comment on the alleged motive for the slaying because perhaps it pertains to investigative information from the Des Moines, Iowa Register reports. The charges against Dinkins come after the remains of Breasia were found on March 22nd of 2021. She was reported missing on July 10th, 2020. She was last seen that morning at the apartment complex where Dinkins lived, say authorities. Here was the, you see there on the screen, the tweet that was put out, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Man, wow. Let's see what this statement from her mother said here when they found, oh, she was a beautiful girl. Let's see what her mother said here. One moment. She had it there on X. Let's see here. I'll read that to you in a second here. It says here that, come on. Words cannot describe the heartache and emptiness that we feel now. The police have confirmed the remains located in DeWitt, Iowa, are Breasia. Our love for Breasia has gotten us through the past 9 months and will continue to see us through as we fight for justice. We want to thank the community, law enforcement, family, and friends who put in countless hours to help bring Bree back home. We ask for privacy as we grieve the loss of our daughter, sister, and friend. Our focus will now be on seeking answers to what happened on the night she was last seen. Ashia Langford, Breasia's mom. Diva, take it away.
This is so sad because so many moving parts with this. This little girl was not the daughter of this man, this sex offender, this registered sex offender.
Oh my.
She had a brother, a little brother, a younger brother that was his biological son. So her and this little boy and her other siblings were over at the grandmother house because that's now where the mother lives. The mother works at Checkers, hardworking lady trying to provide for her family. But the day before, she ran into Henry Dinkins, and he said he wanted to spend time with his son. When he came to the house to pick up his son, he was 8 at the time, maybe. When he came, he said, all the kids were like, well, we want to go with Henry. And the grandmother said, no, y'all not going with him. Sit down somewhere. You know how grandmama's do. So he ended up, so the little boy, the brother said, Breasia, come with me. And so Breasia, and he said, yes, she can come. Well, they went out to eat or whatever. They get back to the apartment. At the apartment is his girlfriend. So they go and take baths, but they don't put on pajamas. They go and put on, gave her a big white t-shirt. She had on her little training bra and some black shorts. Keep that in mind. So 3 o'clock in the morning, the girlfriend gets up to go to the bathroom. He ain't on no air mattress with her. And she go look in the room and Breasia's gone. So she's blowing his phone up, coming to find out his phone is in the house on the charger. So all of a sudden she hears keys in the door. He's coming back in. He goes into the closet. He's looking for something in the closet. She looks out the back window where the cars are parked, and Breasia is standing next to his car. That's the last time she was seen. Fast forward 9 months later. They find remains, and they were able to determine that whoever this was had a gunshot wound to her face. She had been, you can see the training bra, you can see the white t-shirt and the black shorts. So they confirmed after dental records or whatever that it was Breasia. In the meantime, before he run, I don't know what happened to her. He won't go to the police and tell the police anything because he know that he is a prime suspect. First of all, grandma and mama should have never let any one of them kids go anywhere with him. I don't care if it is his biological son. I don't care. I do not care. If you're a registered sex offender, you want to see your kids, let's be in a public place. You lose that right when you touch a child to be alone with any child. So he waived a jury trial. He wants a judge. He wants a judge to look at his case. He wants a judge trial. And he thought because they wouldn't be able to bring in his prior acts into the trial with a jury. The judge knows. Right. The judge has all the knowledge. And the judge is going to cut through the BS. And the sad part about this little thing with this little girl is it could have been prevented.
Right.
If she had just paid attention, that's where I am with it. If she had just paid attention, mom paid attention, grandma paid attention. It's not a matter of putting a phone in their hand and telling them to hush, or sit in front of the TV and telling them to hush, right. Or go on with Henry. And Henry is a whole sex predator.
Here's my question. Did the grandmother and her mother, did they know that he was a sex offender? What was his charge, his sex offense?
Underage child.
Okay. So they would have had them know. Because his son and Breasia are brother and sister, right?
Right.
So that means Breasia's mother, Ashia, she would have had to know.
I mean, and I would think, I don't know what the notification process is. Well, let's look into this. Does someone that has a child with a sex predator get notified that they're a sex predator? Or are you just nosy and you listen? I know all the sex predators over here in this.
Oh yeah, there's a website. Matter of fact, we'll put it up before we.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell folks, listen, ladies, listen, and men too, because there's some women on the sex predator list too. They got to register as sex offenders. It ain't just men, but if you got a child, you need to do your due diligence and check these men that you think is so fine. Girl, I met him on Facebook.
Wow.
No.
Keep talking, because I'm going to go and find this and pull this up.
You literally need to do the work. You need to check and see if this dude's got a background. See if this chick's got a background. Is she over here writing checks? Then don't give her your ATM card. Is he over here running drugs? You might not want to be in the house with him before they raid the place. Makes sense. Make it make sense in your head. You feel me? Like this can't be how we do. We have to be accountable. Stop making it, oh, they didn't tell me. Get in there and find out your damn self. I don't know how many background checks. Listen, I got a cousin. Listen, shout out to my cousin Cheryl. I got a cousin that will do a background check so quick on you. That's the type that, like, hey, she will run a background check. She could like plan a trip, and you know everything's gonna be in order. My cousin don't miss a beat. Get in there, and it's right there. You're on the computer. Look up these people. Figure out what they've been doing. Oh, but he's not like that now. I will tell you this: sexual predators are more likely to reoffend than someone that has killed someone, or that seems to be a more random act, unless you're a serial killer. But when it comes to sexual predators and someone that has touched a child or been inappropriate with a child, they're more prone to reoffending. And they reoffend and they reoffend. And you know why they reoffend? Is because the prison sentences is a slap on the wrist. That is why they reoffend. Because they know I'm going to go do this bid for 5 years and I'll be out again to touch someone else's child, ruin someone else's child. We need to change the laws is what we need to do. We need to change the laws on everything I love. we need to make it so hard for them to get out of prison. We need to make it so hard for them to get out of prison that if they think about it, they might think twice about touching somebody's child because they can't do that bid.
Okay, let me ask you about this. What about chemical castration?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take it for 200, Alex. Thank you. I'll take it for 200.
Yeah. Chemical castration. There's some places, in some cases, they do that.
I wish. Where can we get that at? Can we get that on a mobile?
What, chemical castration?
Can they deliver it by DoorDash? Huh?
They do that. Now, you know, there's a place here, not too far from here. I'm going to pull this up since we're talking about, well, it's a little down south, but let me pull it up here. Let me put it up a second here. Have you heard of Miracle Village?
No.
You do now. Let's take a look, man. There we go. Miracle Village. I don't know why they call it Miracle Village, because there ain't no miracles happening there. All right, Miracle Village. Notorious Florida neighborhood is home to over 200 sex offenders.
Whoa, bro. Are you serious right now?
Yes, this is from the meaww.com. This is from July 29, 2023. So just a few days ago.
Oh my damn.
Pahokee, Florida. Florida parents are too afraid to take their kids out alone as a town in the state, primarily populated by sex offenders, continues to grow. Over 200 sex offenders who were prohibited from re-entering any other residential societies reside in this terrifying town for perverts that includes convicted pedophiles. Near the Florida community of Pahokee is Miracle Village.
Pervert Park.
Lake Okeechobee. Over 80% of the town's residents are registered sex offenders who have served time for crimes against children. According to a Fox News piece, residents of Pahokee have raised concern about being so close to the sex offender village, even though the 24-acre enclave confines sexual offenders inside it, as they have limited housing options. According to Florida law, authorities are required to alert the local community when a sexual predator enters their county. Thus, in 2009, pedophiles in Florida were given a safe harbor by Dick Witherow, a preacher with the Christian organization Matthew 25 Ministries, as per the Mirror. There's a video on YouTube. That must be the one I saw, because I did see this recently. That's what made me remember. Right. The community best known as Miracle Village is located in Pahokee, near Lake Okeechobee in Florida. Due to state regulations requiring those on the registry to live between 1,000 and 2,000 feet, not miles, it should be feet, from any locations where children might reside, the town has been referred to as a safe haven for sex offenders in need of a place to dwell. Many of them are prohibited from residing within 1,000 feet of playgrounds, parks, nurseries, or schools. The neighborhood, once known as Miracle Village, has changed its name formally to Restoration Destination after receiving widespread media attention. According to their website, Restoration Destination is a prison re-entry residential campus providing essential services to individuals transitioning from incarceration back to society. Miracle Village was originally built in the 60s to provide housing for sugarcane workers. There's some pictures there.
Damn.
But they're not gated in. They're not fenced in.
No, they're not fenced in, but they do. Usually they have on ankle monitors.
Okay.
A lot of them have on ankle monitors, and they have to be a certain amount of feet away from the child. That mother or father should be saying more than a couple feet. Reach back up.
The website further reads, it is a place where they can learn valuable skills, receive support and guidance, and prepare for life outside of prison. Reentry can be a challenging experience for those who have been incarcerated. And our residential community is an excellent resource to them, help them navigate this difficult transition. We have provided a safe and supportive environment that helps men and women successfully transition back into society. Why was it created? The late Pastor Dick Witherow started providing shelter for sex offenders in 2009. Since these criminals, the sex offenders, cannot be within 1,000 feet of a school, park, daycare center, or playground. That's what inspired him to create a community. The distance is raised to 2,500 feet in some places, such as Miami and other suburban areas, making it nearly impossible for a convicted sex offender to live in a typical neighborhood, which is usually populated by schools or public play areas. Miracle Village provides sex offenders with a location to reside away from such limitations after being evicted from heavily populated regions. So on and so forth. You got the idea there. But there is some issue because they still, here's what one parent was saying: I don't let my daughter walk anywhere. However, other law-abiding citizens, especially residents of nearby towns, are not particularly impressed with the infamous neighborhood. When the sex offenders started moving into the neighborhood, a neighboring woman said it was frightening, adding, I used to keep little daycare kids, and they sent me a paper saying they were moving in. When questioned by the media about how he feels about his neighbors, one father responded, that's why I don't let my daughter walk anywhere.
Oh, my goodness. Have you ever known me to sit quiet this long?
No.
I am flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. Now, you know I used to live over in Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
Nowhere near this, folks. But, wow, I've never heard this before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And it says they're not allowed to have the informed residents with school-age children that they would have to leave or be evicted.
Right. So
wow.
They're not gated in. A lot of them don't have the ankle monitors, but so you just kind of have to watch them because it's just regular streets, it's not a cul-de-sac, so people can drive through, ride through, kids can ride on their bicycles. So it's still, you got to tell your children, don't go down, whatever those streets are, whatever. Because they say it's over 200 of them are there.
Let me just say this. I applaud the effort, but is there some type of counseling going on? Do they have access to that? Do they work?
Yeah, they work. They work. I saw some of them did work. That's what I'm saying. They're still fairly mobile. For those who can get jobs, they get jobs.
But they have to register and this, that, and the other.
They have to. Well, you have to register. They have to register their home address.
Right.
Okay. But as far as just going out and about, they can still go out and about unless they're specifically under a court order that they can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, you don't now. Again, they can't go. They can go to church, but they can't go to daycare, schools, parks. Right. So you could essentially, they could still be in the grocery store. They can still be in the mall.
I applaud the effort. I swear, oh my gosh, I have never heard of this. I've lived in Palm Beach County for over 10 years. I've never heard this. This is blowing my little itty bitty mind.
Yeah, it's
damn.
It's deep. It's deep.
You would be surprised at the amount of sex offenders. Now there's different levels and there's different charges.
Right.
Not everybody's under the whole umbrella of being a sex offender, like touching on little kids. That's right. Not. You may have somebody who is dating a girl who told the dude that she was 21, and she come out she's 14, and you know how mom and daddy about to act a fool. That's where that comes in. Now he has to register as a sex offender.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think there should be rules, and I think they weed them out.
Look at here. It says here, Miracle Village provides duplex apartments with 2 or 3 bedrooms, as well as residents with 3 to 6 bedrooms. A sex offender who lives in Miracle Village and admitted to having sex with the minor said, I got out after 21 years, and this is the only place that would give me a chance. One of the residents was a man who attempted to have sex with a 9-year-old and was found guilty at the age of 18. You sorry, so and so and so. Pat Powers, a different resident, relocated to Miracle Village after serving 12 years in jail for sex offenses after abusing students he was coaching in sports. So there you go. But yes, that is down there. For those of you not from Florida, when you look at the map of Florida, you see that big lake in the middle that looks like an eye.
Hole.
Yeah, hole. That's where they are down there, Western Palm Beach County and Okeechobee County.
Very western. Wow. And they have another one, the Julia Tuttle Causeway. They have one down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. Another.
Okay. There's one over St. Pete too. There's a
folks. There's a problem. There's a problem here.
I don't know if it's officially. Hey, Sister Michelle Williams, we got to get her on. Y'all have some real good banter. She's good. But yeah, there's a place. It's not quite as St. Pete. It's kind of between St. Pete, Clearwater, in that area. But it's a trailer park area, and it's a lot of them there. And so they kind of congregate because there's not many places that they can go.
That makes me want to curse.
But now, so for those of you, and I'm doing this. Okay, Michelle Williams. Let me see here. She's commenting now. Let me see here. They put her comments here on the screen. She has a comment here. Okay, Hillsborough County in 2008, she wrote an anti-cluster ordinance to protect citizens. Okay, so because that's because they all kind of
clustered together.
Yeah. Wow.
But people need to, you know what, and that's wonderful that she did that. More and more people need to get engaged, especially when it comes to these children. If you are not going to protect your children, you can't expect anybody else to. So you need to lead the charge. I don't even have a child, but I got nieces and nephews, and I'm gonna need you. Them ain't the ones.
Yeah.
them ain't the ones, baby.
It stops them from living in clusters. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to definitely, Michelle. She and I supposed to be working on some stuff soon. Anyway, we got to get you on. We got to find out if it stops them from living in clusters. Is it better for them to live in a cluster so you know where they're contained, or is it okay for them to still live sparsely here, there, and everywhere? And for those parents and families who don't know where to look, but we're going to give you that website in one moment here. I don't know. That's
a tough one. I would rather them be in a cluster. I want to keep an eye on them. A couple of them gonna fall out, but I want to keep an eye on them because I don't know.
Here is the website. If you'd like to, and I'm gonna throw this on this. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna actually do a show you how to do it here. Okay, 1 second. I want to show y'all. Y'all got to get this. You better check it. Everybody that's here right now, that website there, that's at the bottom of the screen.
There it is.
Now, those of you on YouTube, you can copy it off the comments. But here, we're going to actually go there to the site now. And we're going to search by address radius. I'm going to put in a random address. Let me find one here. Okay, I know what I'm doing. We're doing this in real time, folks. Okay, that's it. Y'all can still see that on the screen, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just going to do 2001 Flourishard Drive, Brandon, Florida, 1 mile radius. Search in progress.
Okay. It's just this easy. The reason that he's going through it right now, because he is trying to show just how easy it is to be accountable, just how easy it is to look it up to protect your children.
Okay,
let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Now, this is from this address, 2001 Flourishard Drive. Okay, let's look at it. That's close to the RCTV Network. Here we go. There are 9 records in 2 jurisdictions within 1 mile radius. Okay? Is that y'all see that, correct?
Come with pictures. It includes pictures, folks. Can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah.
Cannot beat that with a stick.
Yeah. So now here it is, and it's public record, so we're not doxing anyone. But well, let me do it like this. Let me just. Okay. I'm just going to do it like that so we don't have the actual address on here. But within a well, anyway. But there you go. So what it has here, it has the name, the age, what their aliases are,
Look at that.
Yeah. And the actual address. All I did was search for a 1 mile radius. And I believe on here, okay, it has what their charges were as well. So you kind of know, okay, were they just on here because of kids or were they, so on and so forth. So that kind of gives you an idea. Hold on, let me see. And it gives you the radius of the map too. There you
go. It's just that easy. 1, 2, 1, 2. How many is that?
That's 9 within a 1 mile area of the address we put in.
That's a cluster if I've ever seen one. That is horrible.
That's
horrible.
But now this area here is kind of like suburbia.
Yeah.
Let's put it in. I'm gonna put it in here. Put it in there's a place I used to live. Let's go. Okay, here over in Tampa. All right, we're gonna do.
Hell, go to Wesley Chapel. I bet.
I gotta have an actual address. But let me see. I got one. This is kind of in West Tampa. Okay, so let's see what it does here. Let's see what we have here. Now, this should be more. Okay, so that's 15.
Woo!
15 in a 1 mile radius of West Tampa area. So there we go. So there you go.
Wow. Dang.
This has the aliases and everything. Now, what type of place they live in and the whole 9 yards. Now, this is the Department of Justice site, National Sex Public website. The website's there on in the comments there. I mean, down there and in the comments, it's there on the screen. Lock this in on your page, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to go further with it, you can go to. There's one in Florida. There's one you can do in Florida as well, where I think it gives you the actual what their charges were, so you kind of know what gives you an idea of what they're, So if they were young girls, young boys, or
damn, maybe, that's blowing my mind, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Every family, every parent, even if you don't have children, you need to get that website, lock it in your phone when you know family's going to be coming to visit, because that's the way stuff happens. Family come visit, everybody's happy around, and then you don't know. I knew someone who lived up in the university area in North Tampa, and they were an apartment complex. And they did the search here, and there were 4 in their building.
Damn.
Yeah, they got out of there within about 2 weeks. And what was so scary about it was there were all kind of children playing, hanging out the whole night, but there were 4 registered sex offenders in that one building, apartment, not just the old couple complex, that one building. So.
What? Okay, so here's the gag. That's insane. But you have to understand, what are the charges? You got to look and see what and still you don't know the circumstances. You really don't. You don't know the circumstances. Like I said, it could have been just like that circumstance that I said, but I have a public service announcement to these people out there that want to touch kids. I got a public service announcement. Keep your goddamn hands off these people kids. Go put you in a hole, dig a hole and leave them babies alone. Stop touching them babies, because you scar them for life. And then guess what they end up doing? They end up going shooting up schools. Put it in the dirt. Don't put your hands on these children. Listen. I have a friend who, well, she knows of a little girl that said she wants to touch her little baby brother. She knows it. The little girl said it. She told her mother. Nothing was done. That child needs to get into counseling.
Yeah. So
it's sad.
We got
because everything is sexualized. These children don't get it. They think, oh, he interested in me. No, he's really not. He's interested in himself, or she's interested in me. It's not just men on girls. It's girls on girls or girls on little boys. Yeah. They don't discriminate.
No, they don't. And it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really sad because, my mind. So have they had the trial there on Mr. Henry?
It is in process right now. Okay. They are he's sitting there, with these big dookie braids and and his charges weren't old. His charges were recent, like in his 40s, where you really should know better. But you around here a whole damn fool. I don't understand it. I don't see the draw. To me, it's something that's mental that should have been addressed when they were kids. That's why I'm telling people, talk to your children, get them in therapy, and get them to open up, because then they're going to be sitting on trial like this man. Come on, folks, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right. You don't just get the kids to make sure to dress them up and make them look pretty. You need to protect them.
That's right.
Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm done.
We have responsibility. And we're going to continue this story. We're going to get Dr. Michelle Williams on.
Yes.
She's here in this area. She is an advocate, and she knows her stuff, and get her all of this. And what we're going to do one of these days, Shonda, I'm going to say this, but don't you respond. One of these days, we're going to do a off the air. We're going to do maybe on a paid a subscription site where people have to pay. We're going to, because we came from a small town.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so prayers out to the family of Marisha Terrell over there in Iowa, and that this guy will get served justice. You can't bring her back, but that beautiful 10-year-old girl back, but that he will get justice. Justice will be served. And before we move on to our next story,
let me tell you this before we move on. Mm-hmm. I used to work at a jail. I was a nurse in the jail, and when they come in, they have to hit classification. They need to be classified according to their charges. Sometimes I forget that the sex offender is a sex offender, and I put them in general population. I mean, I corrected after a day or so.
Yeah, but then they get beat up like quick, fast, and hurry.
Because criminals, although they're criminals, do not like child abuse, sex offenders. No. Will beat them to a pulp.
To that, yeah.
So, I mean, we got him out after a day. We had to put him in the infirmary, though. Okay, move on.
Simple mistake. Simple mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our sponsors here tonight is a marketplace, place called Mammon Nation, mammonnation.com. Mammon Nation is a membership-based online shopping platform that features American-owned and operated businesses. And so there's something that you can know. So that seems like everything now is not made in America. It's made over that other place with the red. All right. You can shop your value. You can buy American, and the membership is better than donation. You get discounts. Members receive quickly over their cost of membership. You get a monthly membership or an annual membership or a lifetime membership. And the vendors, again, are offer discounts that can't be found anywhere else. And so you definitely want to be aware of this. It's Mammon Nation. Mammon Nation, one of our sponsors here. Check it out. Check it out and let me know what you think about it. And I think you'll be encouraged and blessed by what you see. It's mammonnation.com/RCTV Network. Shonda, RNDiva. We have one more story. Let's talk about Maui. Lahaina, Maui.
Whoa. I just saw a video. Whoa. Yes. Hurricane force winds with fire in it and smoke. Oh, where do you go? A little boy said that for 6 hours, he waited in the water. They jumped into the ocean.
Yeah.
That is, okay. Tell me what you want to tell me.
No, I mean, there's so much going on with this, so I don't even know where to begin. It's just sad because people have a lot of conspiracy theories going on about what happened and all like that. But here's the bottom line. The Hawaiian Electric Company was negligent, allegedly, in trimming back the brush and different things like that. So when the hurricane, tropical storm force winds came, those live wires touched down, and it was literally the grass and the brush and the whatever was primed to burn instantly. Then, because the wind was blowing over the mountain, you had the mountain, and the mountain came out over the mountain, so you had this coming from the ocean, and then the mountain kind of converging on each other. That's how it kind of converged there on Lahaina. Then add that to the power.
Whoa.
Hot. So, and they had those little poles like we used to have in Porcelana.
Yeah.
Those wooden poles, they still have those. So the poles were like breaking live wires on dry grass, dry brush, and that's just an infernal way to happen. Then you have to add in transformers started blowing.
Right.
Then, you got the gas stations.
Cell phone towers.
Right. The gas stations with the big underground is where the gas is. So that's gas and fire don't quite.
No, it's kind of like not a good mixture.
Yeah. So that was happening. That's where you see a lot of those explosions. And that's why you literally see cars burnt to a crisp.
Damn.
People inside their cars died. Families.
And they said that they're reporting 100 people, like 109 or 110 people. That can't be.
No.
That can't be.
There, and we have to be careful. We kind of have to self-censor because we are streaming on YouTube, but there's still like 1,100 people that are missing. But a lot of people, but it's taking them very long because a lot of people that were on Front Street, which was the main drag there, where there were 2 rows of cars. You see the list of 2 rows of cars, just a complete crisp. Because what happened, they were trying to get out and they had a traffic jam, but then the police were there stopping them from going. That's where you saw where a lot of people ended up going into the ocean. The Front Street ran along the ocean. Some people stayed in their cars, and that was to their detriment because then they just burned them up in the cars. The cars are almost unrecognizable.
Right.
Animals in the street, just like a charcoal crisp.
Oh, don't show me that.
I'm not going to show you the pictures because YouTube won't let us. But also, there were people that then the water got cut off. So the firemen didn't have the water pressure. So some of the fire hydrants didn't have the water pressure. So somebody
who turned the water off? Oh,
So the pressure wasn't there, and there's some videos you see. Yeah, if you want to go and look, for sure, you can look on TikTok and Twitter, X.com or TikTok. You see a lot of videos where people were like, with the water hose, trying to hose down there, and you can see the water was just coming out of the water hose, like, so the water pressure was too low. So the firemen really couldn't do that. People in their homes could hardly do anything because they didn't have enough water pressure. The wind versus the fire versus the water pressure, no water pressure. It's really sad. Oh, the kids were home from school that day because
that's what I heard.
Well, there's going to be a lot of children that were lost lives in the houses, the homes that were. Now, let me go back. Some of the people complain about a lot of the millionaires, the Oprahs and the Jeff Bezos and all of them, their houses weren't touched. Well, you got to understand something. This was the old ancient city. Lahaina was. It used to be the capital of the Hawaiian kingdom before the U.S. stole it. I mean, colonized.
Okay, you better say it, cuz. Come on with it, with the information.
Yeah. So this has a lot of ancestors. You have 4, 5, or 6 generations of families still living in their homes there.
Yeah.
They're very sacred ground. They're very religious people, very sacred ground. However, what happened is those homes were wood frame, whatever the case was, the fire, that's going to go. A lot of the millionaires and millionaires that live over on the other side, well, they built theirs up to a certain code.
Right.
So they were able to.
They're gonna withstand. Absolutely.
Right.
Wow.
However, now our FEMA is over there, and FEMA.
Listen, people are coming over there with food, water. They said they were like thanking people because they had chefs showing up to cook for them. They said that the emergency manager didn't sound the alarm.
The sirens, they have over 400 some, the top state-of-the-art siren system. They have over 400 on the island. He didn't turn them. He quit. It took him 8 days.
And he resigned. But let me tell you something. The nurse in me is telling. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and put him on suicide watch. Because he's the most hated man right now next to the dump.
The water guy. He was talking about water equity or something. He was saying something about water equity.
He said he didn't want to.
So it's going to get worse. Now, Howard, let me give you a couple of caveats here to be careful for. Number one, there is a lot of the supplies that are coming there are not getting to the people. So what the people are doing, they're going around the island in the water, and they're kind of doing a human chain in the water and getting it that way. For some reason, FEMA.
I saw that.
FEMA is in there, and if you remember how FEMA, Browning did with FEMA in New Orleans with Katrina, you know that when FEMA, listen, I hate to say it, when FEMA show up, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have worse trouble than what you had from the event. So there's an issue there. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can allow me 30 seconds to opine, can I opine for 30 seconds? Can I rant?
Don't do it.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna do it. Our federal government has already announced that they're going to give each household a whopping, wait on it, $700 per household. And what made it worse was that the bill, I'm getting provoked just talking about it. The bill that Congress had to vote on before to get it or whatever go through was tied in with a Ukraine package and the East Palestine, Ohio, where the trade was. So it was 3 things, but Ukraine was like $24 billion and whatever it was for Lahaina and then East Palestine. But anyway, they only giving them $700 per household. Now this is for people who lost
everything.
Also, be careful when those of you are going to be doing donations or sending money. Be careful with the Red Cross, because they're not, check, vet before you, before you.
It's almost the right thing to do, to find somebody that's there.
Yeah.
And that you can trust and have it.
Yeah, I would say on TikTok and on X.com, which is formerly known as Twitter.
I'm not understanding that. What's with the X?
Well, Twitter changed the name to X.com.
Who did that?
The owner.
Who?
Elon Musk.
The one with no eyebrows?
So you can see the videos on there, and there are a lot of, because they don't have internet down there, but they do. A lot of them are recorded with their phone when they get some power or whatever, and then they go up to the mountain where there's internet, and then they upload a lot of videos. There's a 12-mile media blackout where they're not letting the media to come in, which is really strange. Because
why wouldn't they let the media come in? Oh, we hiding something, sir.
Yeah, it's really so. It's a lot going on there, but I would say please keep those people there in Maui in your prayers. If you want to donate, also you can go to blazetv.com. The Blaze, Glenn Beck has a thing. They're really good. I think they have like 98% of everything they get goes towards, so it doesn't, you don't have all this overhead and all like that. Go to glennbeck.com or the Blaze TV. They're actually over there on the ground now, giving donations and giving supplies. They're very good, proven, and so with other natural disasters. But be careful with that. The Red Cross.
Be careful. Be careful. Listen, if Red Cross is the only way to get money over there, fine. But if there's something else that you could do, I'm gonna have to venture out to say, try them before the Red Cross.
Yeah, because you know our brothers and sisters over there in Haiti still waiting on the Red Cross from 2010 to build them houses. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
That's a whole nother show.
Whole other story. But really, I will not show it because some of the stuff is just too graphic for YouTube.
No.
Facebook and YouTube will kick us over here. But go to TikTok. You can easily find people there on the ground. But the Hawaii, also pray for them because you already have the developers. You already have the Black Rocks and all that coming in, offering people pennies on the dollar for their property, and they don't want that. They want to stay on their property, even if it takes them 10 years to build. I want to, So
I hope they stand their ground because that's what people, the Black Rocks and what's the other one? Vanguard. You gotta watch for them people. Listen, folks. These people finna sell stuff from up under you.
Right. And the insurance people are there. They're not even letting the insurance adjusters in.
What are we hiding over there?
I don't know.
I have a cousin that's in the Navy. I'm not sure what island he's on. I want to say maybe Honolulu.
Yeah, that's the new capital.
So I'm thinking, of course, the military is an influx.
There's a naval base right in the next island. That's why I'm like, why didn't y'all call them? So there's a lot of questions, more questions than answers. And I also will say this. Please go and look at the history of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because you will find out that we literally strong-armed them into it becoming a colony, United States colony, and then a state. And I'm talking literally trickery. Let's sign this treaty and all this stuff. And then when they flipped it up, it was a whole from back in the 1700s.
All we do is trick people.
So they really and the Hawaiians really still, the natives still really feel like America stole it from them. And now that this is happening, that's why they're like, okay, wait a second, y'all trying to get us out of here again? So there's a lot of feelings because you got several generations there that still
several generations.
But the story will it's not this little thing like, oh, we're in Hawaii, we want to be a part of the United States. No, we strong-armed them and we stole it from them.
They're self-sufficient, and they were self-sufficient with them, their islands that they fed each other.
They had a queen, and they tricked her. They even arrested her. And put her on house arrest back in the 1800s so we could take the property, the land.
Y'all better read your Bible, honey, and read your history, honey, because the pastor is telling it tonight, sir.
It's not a pretty story. I was in shock I'm a history buff, but I was like, when I saw this, I'm like,
it
wait
ain't
a
the
second.
first time that we've done this.
Yeah. So the chickens are coming home, or there's going to be the chickens are coming home to roost because they still, because of their ancestry and they pass the stories down from generation to generation, they still remember America, the mainland, stole us. So they're already on high alert. And they're like, look, don't sell the property. Don't sell the property. Because let me say this and then we're going to close out. Prior to this, the last 3 or 4 years, people have been trying to make offers on all the people going house to house to sell the property, and nobody would sell.
Well, this is a coincidence then.
A coincidence.
I'm getting ready to move to my island off the. My friend moved to a little island off the coast of East Africa because this is a hot mess, man.
I'm going to Belize.
Lord,
this is something else here. But yeah, so let's pray for the people there. Whoever you pray for those people there in Maui, Lahaina, because it's going to take at least, they say, 10 years to build it back. But see, again, the developers want to make it a smart city and build the whole island an AI-driven city, electric green city, and so that would wipe all those folk out. So it's coincidence all this happened, but
they did it down in Fort Myers.
There's a green conference supposed to be happening next month in Lahaina. AI and green. They want to make it all electric, all green. Yeah.
We're going to have to revisit this because I'm about to get mad.
Yeah. This will piss you off. RNDiva, I've enjoyed you tonight. Let people know how they can get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of me at on Cash App if you'd like to donate to me because I'm a part of this show. You can reach me at $RNDiva01. That's the $RNDiva01. That is my Cash App. My PayPal is, I don't have a PayPal anymore. I got rid of them. But my Venmo is at Shonda-Blatch. Again, at your little at sign, the little circle with the A, at Shonda-Blatch.
All right. Thank you so much. And if you want to get a hold of her, you can also get a hold of her at, what's your email address?
My email address is therndiva@gmail.com. And I would love to get some mail asking me, email, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Give me a topic. If you have a question, I'm here for it. Let's go.
Also, and tell about your podcast on Spotify.
Oh, look at him put me up on game. Y'all hear him? Okay. My Spotify spot. My podcast is on Spotify. It is Don't Talk, Just Listen. You can come on over and listen to me. Listen, I do a little bit of everything, not just because I'm in the healthcare field. I talk about life. I talk about love. I talk about people. I talk about animals. I do it all. So come on over and listen. And I'm going to start bringing people on to chat with me, Pastor Robert.
All right. Giddy up.
Let's go.
All right. So here, and also if you'd like to support this program, the RCTV Network, Cash App, $RCTV Networks with an S, or Venmo at the RCTV Network, PayPal at the RCTV Network. And if you're on Coinbase, cryptocurrency, you can always shoot us some Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin at my wallet at Rob Carbon II. And we thank you. We appreciate for anything that you do to help us at this broadcast. And we're expanding. We're
trying. We're trying. We're starting from the bottom.
I'm telling you, but we're doing it. We're doing
the work.
I've been doing my studio here at home, but it's going to be real nice. Real soon. Get some new mics and all like that. So piece by piece, we're doing it. Share this with somebody. Let somebody know. Those of you on Spotify, please give us a rating. Let us know how you think about what you think about this. Give us some tips. Email us, whatever the case. We love coming to y'all each week and each time for Real Talk with the RNDiva and Pastor Robert. I've enjoyed you all tonight. Hope you got somebody in this podcast. Share it with somebody. Those on Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. See you next week.
All of them. Let's get it.